भुजगशयनं अगम्यं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं सुमार्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिवर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम् वर्णानामर्धसन्धाना रसानां छन्दसामपि मङ्गलानां च कर्तारो वन्दे वाणी विनायको भवानि शङ्करो वन्दे श्रद्धा विश्वासरोऽपिनो याभ्यं विना न पश्यन्ति सर्वदा वन्द्यते सीताराम गुणग्राम पुण्यार्णो विहारिणो वन्दे विनोद विज्ञानो कपीश्वरो ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय भगवते वासुदेवाय भगवते वासुदेवाय जयी सुमिरता सिद्धो गणनायक अनादिनो देवा शङ्खचक्राकधारणा अक्षयपुण्डरीकाक्षम् प्रेतमोक्षा प्रदो मम प्रेत बोले वृंदावन हरि लाल की जय कृष्ण कन्हैया की जय सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय जय सीताराम. Once again, welcome to the few of us who are seated here, and also to those who are viewing live or stream, whatever part of the world or country you live in. Special welcome to each and everyone. From Aranyakhan of Sri Ramachandramanas. My theme, my topic, Bhakti. What is Bhakti? Bhakti simply means devotion. Bhakti is that which melts the heart and is translated into devotion. Devotion means selfless, surrender to Bhagwan's feet, the Divine Master. And with that selfless surrender for all of us, we attain our goals in life. And we all want to achieve in this world today. One day to come, we would not be here. We would not be existing anymore. And while we are upon the earth, while the organs are functioning, the mind is functioning, the senses are functioning, we always want to achieve something in life, my dear friends. Surrendering to our duties in life, in fact, all falls into the category of devotion or bhakti. Tonight we shall see what is the benefit of bhakti or devotion. The benefit of making the heart pure and sanctified. From Aranyakhan of Sri Ramachandramanas, devotees, all of us, I'm sure we have goals in life. And every one of us, we set ourselves goals. Right from a child growing up, our parents would have taught us, our teachers would have taught us how to set certain goals in life, work towards them, achieve them in a given time. So the goal for a child from kindergarten is for that child to work hard and pass your C exam. C exam is next Tuesday. So work hard, pass your C exams. When he or she reaches Standard 5 level and that goal from kindergarten to C exam, not just pass this exam, but try to pass for your first or second choice, so that you have re-established yourself when you start Form 1 into a very good institution for learning. The child then will set another goal, that I want to reach Form 5, I want to write my CXC passes, I want to achieve all ones, distinctions. Then the child goes on to Form 6, advanced level. For 2 years, another goal is set. And then I want to get a scholarship, work hard towards getting a scholarship. In that way, my mind now is working hard and studying hard. Not all the time we can achieve what we set out to do, but when we put our minds on something, at least we might aim for the sky, we will still fall on the clouds, my dear friends. The child will be putting their best foot forward, and I'm working towards this. Now, whether that child gets a scholarship or not, he or she wants to move on, tertiary level education. And the goal now in that field is to work towards another goal in life. So whether it's accounting, whether it's law, whether it's mathematics, whether it's to be a doctor, whether it's to be an engineer, whether it's to be a teacher, whatever that goal might be, work towards it in the tertiary level. So the child always working towards a goal. And then what happens? I want to get a good job. I want to get a good paying job. So I can work towards another goal now. By the time I'm 25 years old, I must have a good paying job. And I must, at that time, have a relationship, maybe a boyfriend, or in the case, a girlfriend, ready to get married. Another goal in life. The goal will keep coming and coming, my dear friends. Between the age of 25, let's say 30, that child will get married, have a home, and by then start having their own family. Their kids will come along. All of these are to develop oneself in the material world that we live in. These goals that we set ourselves, while we are striving to achieve them, we want to be prosperous, we want to be healthy, we want to be strong, we want to achieve the goals as we go along in our life. And now, after we get a house, the spouse, the children, we have a good job, we are working now towards what? I want to be happy. I want to remain happy. I want my family to enjoy the time that we spend together. We celebrate special occasions as they come. And now you have your children. You move on older, you will have grandchildren. So you want to stay happy, you want to stay healthy, you want to continue working towards your goals, whatever it might be. You want to start to exercise regularly. All of these, eat properly, and take care of your health at that point, my dear friends. In spite of the busy schedule and in spite of everything that's happening around you, those are my goals. That when I'm 50, 55, 60, 65, retirement, I'm preparing for old age. And that is life. For all of us, that is life. At 65, you begin to receive a pension. You work towards living an old and healthy life. So we all work towards that from now. Devotees, that as far as the material goals can go in our life. What about the spiritual goals that we want to attain? You see, our religion, our dharma, our scriptures, the scriptures, my dear devotees, especially Sanatana Dharma declares that there are four Purushastas. And that is the concept of Hinduism. It refers to as the four goals in the human life. The four Purushastas: dharma, righteousness; earth, prosperity; economic values, calm, pleasure, love; psychological values, moksha, liberation; spiritual values. Moksha, very importantly, it means freedom. And moksha means salvation. Moksha means I want to be liberated, not when I die. I want to be liberated while I am still alive. I want to be free from any type of mental bondage, physical bondage, etc. And when the soul leaves the body, we want freedom at that time also. So my dear devotees, these four pillars of life, the Purushastras, Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha, the question is, are we simultaneously working towards our spiritual goals together with our material goals? That's the question. And you see, we have to put these two together, the material goals and the spiritual goals. And it must go alongside each other. We must work towards both of them together because we don't know when the last moment of life will come. We don't know when the soul will depart from this body. We don't know when the final moment, antakal. We don't know when we will breathe our last. And therefore, we have to work towards, with the both of them together, the material goals and the spiritual goals. And when we work together, my dear friends, it puts us in a better frame of mind. And in order for us to achieve more success materially and also spiritually, this is why in Sri Ramacharitra, the spiritual goal of each individual is to meet with Bhagwan, to meet with God. And the goal of every spiritual seeker is to realize the self. Self-realization is a goal for every person, whether we are Hindu, Muslim, Chinese, Christian, Veni, whichever one, doesn't matter. Whether we are white, whether we are black, doesn't matter what color we are. That is the goal. not only for Hindus, but for every one of us. And that is why when we come to a satsang, or to a puja, or to a yajna, when we come through meditation, we develop calmness and the mind to obtain moksha, jivan mukta purushaha, while we're still alive. The question tonight, for each and every one of us, what really is this freedom? And how can this freedom really be gained? In Aranyakana of Sri Ramcharitramana Tulsidas Ji, he narrates to us about a great sage, Agastya Muni, who had a disciple, and the disciple name, it tells us in this beautiful short line. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Ram Jaya Ram Muriya Gasya Kara Sesha Sujana Sesha Sujana Namate Shanarati Bhagavana Sri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Sri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Manakrama Vajana Rama Parasivaka Sri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Manakrama Vajana Rama Parasivaka Sapade Hurana Rosa Narima Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Syavar Ramachandra की अगस्त मुनि की एक तीक्ष्ण नाम था चतुर शिष्य थे चतुर शिष्य थे so it says Agastya Muni, he had a very clever disciple and that disciple name was Sutikshan. तुलसीदास जी says और वह भगवान के भक्त और मन क्रम वचन तथा कर्म से रामचंद्र जी चरणों के सेवक थे. He used to worship the Lord. He had that bhakti, that devotion for the Lord. Man, kram, or vachan. These three things that we must always remind ourselves. Man, the mind. Kram, our actions. Vachan, our speech. So man, kram, or vachan must always go together. It always lets your thoughts, your words, and your action be disciplined. That means whatever we are thinking, we must be able to speak it out. And whatever we speak, we perform the actions. So man, kram, or vachan, it must be in a straight line. In today's world, what happens? We say one thing, we do something completely opposite to everything that is going on. In other words, we don't keep to our word, which is a downfall in society. Our lives are like up and down. There's no straightforwardness in our lives. With devotion, when it comes to bhakti or achieving our goals, it must be in a straight line. And anyone who thinks, speak, and perform action without discipline, they wouldn't reach anyway further in life. But when you have that discipline, you can achieve the entire world. It shows sincerity, it shows honesty, it shows that we are focused and we are not what they call zigzag. You say one thing and you do the opposite. So therefore, Tulsidas Ji is telling us that this devotee, Sutikchan had so much of bhakti and devotion, he was devoted to the feet of Prabhu Sri Ram Chandraji. And in thought, in words, and in deeds, it says, Vachan tata karma se Ram Chandraji, चरणों के सेवक थे उन्हें सपने में भी किसी दूसरा के भरोसा ना था. He never had any faith in anyone else, it says, except Maryada Purushottam Prabhu Sri Ram. He never had any faith in any other form of the Lord except Sri Ram. It comes like Hanuman. Hanuman loved Sri Ram. No other form except Prabhu Sri Ram. And remember, we now celebrated Bhagavad, Prahlad, Bhakta Dhruv, Shevari, all of these wonderful devotees. Shevari thoughts were only on Prabhu Sri Ram. So automatically they become that Ishta Devata of the devotees. Ish means the one that you like, the one who you believe in, and the one that you have that Bharosa, intense faith, like in Bhagwan. So, like I said, Bharosa Ghar to Ishwar Pad. So he said here, he had no faith in anyone else, my dear devotees. The word Bharosa means faith or Shraddha. And when you are striving towards your goals, you do not allow yourself to be distracted from achieving your goals. So whether the goal is material or whether it's spiritual, never allow yourself to be distracted or lost in the world while on the way. Bharosa means that devotee, Sutikchan, his mind was fixed on Prabhu Sri Ram, and all he wanted was to get the darshan of Sri Ram. Darshan means we are blessed to see the Lord with these two physical eyes. We are experiencing the Lord through our feelings, through our pause in the body. Like when you are doing your personal sandhya, devotion in the morning, you are offering your jal, you might feel a chill in your body. That's darshan. You are actually feeling the Lord. You are identifying with the Lord. Your skin, you feel that bhakti flowing in your heart. That is the darshan. Sutikshan was a person like that. He was experiencing the level of devotion in his life because he loved Sri Ram tremendously, and all he wanted was to have that devotion. But also, we all also have to understand, you might be one of the greatest devotees of the Lord, and remember, once you are born, we are faced with the pairs of opposite in life. So devotees, there's something many of us cannot accept in life. And they would say, I pray every day, I offer jal every day, I light a diya every day, I perform havan, and yet I still get into an accident. Yet I still have financial problems. I still have domestic problems. And we start the blame game. Always looking for an excuse to why something has happened in our life. Once we are born, regardless to your devotion, we are faced with the opposites, good and bad, right and wrong, happiness and sadness. The pairs of opposites are real, and we all have to encounter the pairs of opposite while in this world, because we can't change the world from what it is. So therefore, what we are going through in life, even though we pray, the Lord will give us the strength to help us to navigate this journey in life. By chanting, by glorifying His name. Prabhu ka naam japo man mere, Prabhu ka naam japo man mere, दूर करे वही संकट तेरे, दूर करे वही संकट तेरे. हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे. प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे, प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे. जीवन रैना बस तेरा क्या मेरा है, जीवन रहना बसेरा है, क्या तेरा क्या मेरा है, नैनों से नीरा नीरा चले रे, नैनों से नीरा चले रे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे, प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे, पिंजरा जब खुला जाता है, पक्षी कब्र पर आता है, पिंजरा जब खुला जाता है, पक्षी कब्र पर आता है, अब इसका सोच करे, अब इसका सोच करे रे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे, प्रभु का नाम जपो मन मेरे, दूर करे वही संकट तेरी, दूर करे वही संकट तेरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, श्याम रामचंद्र की जय। In this way, my dear devotees, Sutikshan, he had this selfish way, and he was so focused on what he wanted to achieve spiritually. Anyone who is focused on their material and spiritual goals, such a person may seem to be different. And Tulsidas Ji is telling us here, he says, Sutikshan, he questioned whether or not he will be able to get the darshan of the Lord. You know, you're working towards something, you're working towards achieving it, and then you may have doubts. Doubts will come about sometimes as, can I do this? Can I get this? Can I achieve it? Whether I will be successful or not, whether I'll be able to pass my exams, but you are working hard towards it. You're honest, you're sincere, yet you are questioning yourself. Sutikshan, he thinks the same way. Tulsidas ji tells us, क्या चौथी भाई लक्ष्मण जी सहित स्वामी श्री रामचंद्र जी मुझसे अपने सेवक से भी तरह मिलेंगे. That while Sri Ram and his brother Lakshman, will they ever receive me? Look at me, I am nothing. He's telling himself. He's saying to himself, Hey Jiko Dhrita, Vishwas nahi hota. He's now questioning his faith. He's saying, my faith is not very strong. My confidence is not very strong. My devotion is not very pure. I do not have that Vivek Shakti, the ability to discriminate between right and wrong. Kyunki mere man mein bhakti hai, vairagya nahi hai, na jnani. I don't have my mind on devotion, he's saying. I am not compassionate, neither do I have that knowledge. Will the Lord ever come to me? Devotees, we are using Sri Ram here as the goal, but the goal also means what you are dreaming of to achieve in life. You are questioning yourself, do you think I'll be able to do this or the other? I don't think I'm qualified enough. Maybe I'm not qualified for this job. Maybe I'm not qualified for the promotion. Here it is. Maybe the Lord doesn't love me enough. and you are questioning and doubting yourself over and over again, and once you begin to question yourself over and over, nothing wrong with asking questions. That's good. But never doubt yourself and never doubt the potential that you have. We are all divine souls embodied in this human form. And what you can achieve in this world, my dear devotees, there's nothing in this world that we cannot achieve. We can achieve anything that we set out our mind to do. Bringing the God, even Bhagwan, to stand in front of us, we can do it. Bhagwan will come. Because my dear devotees, Bhagwan will come in any form. He came as the fish, the Matsya avatar. He came as the Vara, the boar. He came as Narasimha avatar, half man, half lion. Bhagwan will come in any form, even as an ordinary human being, and stand in front of us. But because our mind is not very well equipped with the quality of elevating our thoughts and our thinking, you know what happens? We will look at God standing right in front of us and we will condemn him. And he will be standing right in front of us and we will find fault with him. We will look at him directly eye to eye and never know that he is God, because the mind is not developing such a level of thinking and that level of purity. So, Sutikshan, he is questioning himself and saying, I don't know if Sri Ram or Lakshman will ever come to me. Devotees, at that point, Lord Shiva narrating to Parvati Devi. Lord Shiva narrating to Parvati Devi. Sutikshan was considered to be very crazy, like a crazy man in society. Society thought that Sutikshan was crazy because he had so much of love and he had so much of devotion. He had so much of dispassion that he would walk bare feet on the streets. He would give up all of his clothing as an avadut. And if you see a person like that walking half naked on the streetways, you would think that is a crazy person. That person is totally mad. And you will want to put him in the madhouse in Singh hands. You will want to get the help of the psychiatrists, the doctors, to get that person treatment. My dear friends, it all deals with our mind, and therefore, Sutikshan's mind was at a different level. Nothing else matters to him except seeing the Lord. Me man Shiva hai, Shiva mein har man, dhar diya tujhko, Shiva hai arpan. Shivaji Nirakaram, Shivaji Nirakaram, साथ है ये धरती गगन, मेरे मन मेरा के तारे, हर कुछ बहाना वो तारे, मैंने शिव से लगाए लगन, ओ लगन, मैंने शिव से लगाए लगन। जब बोले का नाम प्रेम से शुभ होता, जब बोले का नाम प्रेम से शुभ होता, शिव की भक्ति में होती मगन, मेरे मन में आके तारे, जब शिव का नाम पुकारे, मैंने शिव से लगाए लगन, ओ लगन, मैंने शिव से लगाए लगन। मेरे स्वामी मेरे शिव है अंतर्यामी, ये जीवन है चंचल काया, सब है मेरे शिव जी माया। दिन है ये रात है, दिन मैंने शिव से लगा है लगन, ओ लगन मैंने शिव से लगा है लगन। जब बोले गाना प्रेम से शुभ होता, जब बोले गाना प्रेम से शुभ होता, शिव की भक्ति में होते मगन, मेरे मन मेरा भिखारी, हर शिव का नाम उठारे, मैंने शिव से लगा है लगन, ओ लगन मैंने शिव से लगा है लगन, ओ लगन मैंने शिव से लगा है लगन। उमापति महादेव की जय, कैलाशपति भगवान की जय। Vairagya. The level of Vairagya, it deals with the mind, discompassion. And therefore, the saints in the forested areas, where they would have renounced their clothing, even the clothes to them, it don't matter. And now when you see them, we would think that they are crazy people. Those people, they are devotees, they renounce the garments that covers their body, meaning that they have renounced the body identification purely, and they see themselves as a pure soul. And that type of renunciation is at a higher level. The ordinary man cannot comprehend that. Recently on Facebook, you saw a soldier videoing Avadut in Kashmir, covered with snow. And he is videoing from a distance, and he brought in the camera, and you're seeing a old person with beard, with jata, just a loincloth around his waist, walking with a dog. It was minus 45 degrees Celsius, and he had on no clothing. And he's walking, and he will stop and sit in meditation. And then he will get up and he will walk and sit in meditation. And the figure that you're seeing outlined looks just as Lord Shiva. Just identical to Lord Shiva. When he sits, he has no skin, he's only bone. And the soldier is standing from a distance, and he shared it on Facebook. Recently that happened. My dear devotees, we as devotees, we are too engrossed in what we see, what we touch, what we feel, what we hear, and what we taste. And that is what we are engrossed in. That level of Vairagya, it takes completely pure mind to comprehend and to grasp. And when you see these avaduts, a person who have renounced everything, even up to their clothing, when you see them in India, you know, some of them, when they walk, some people will touch the ground and they go bow. Wherever these avaduts walk, and some, they will take sticks and stones and pelt them and run them away. So we have different, we comprehend them differently. Some will want to engross them and embrace them, they can't, but they will bow to them as if God is passing, and the others will do like them crazy. Get them out of here. Run them from here. My dear friends, in terms of the material, in terms of materially, the status, in the terms of the spiritual status, they are way and beyond what we can think of spiritually. So Sitikshan, he was a person like that. He was completely a renunciate. He gave up everything in terms of even up to his clothing. It comes to when our intellectual growth and spiritual growth is developed. Sitikshan was wondering whether the Lord will come to me or whether he won't. Devotees, and while he's thinking like this, Tulsidas Ji, he narrates us once again. Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Abhivira Prema Bhaga भगति मुनि पाई अविरल प्रेम भगति मुनि पाई प्रभु की मत पाई श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम अतिशय प्रीति रघुवीरा श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम अतिशय प्रीति रघुवीरा प्रगटे हृदय करण भववीरा श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय राम मुनि मगन चला मुनि भेगा श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम मुनि मानव चला मुनि भेसा पुरक शरीर अनस फल जैसा अबल गुणात निकट चली आई अबल गुणात निकट चली आई देखी तरसनी ज्ञान पाई श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम 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 one day, Siyavara Ramachandra ki jai, one day, Sutikshan was questioning whether Prabhu Shri Ram would give up or give him that darshan or not. He says, Munipal Abhira Prema Bhagati. One day, Shri Ram was standing behind a tree. Prabhu Dhekim Pada Arme Lukai. And Sutikshan was wondering whether the Lord will come. Dekne lage atishe prem ko dekhkar. Whether he would get that darshan. Bhava Dheer Janma Maran ke ko karne wale ko Shri Raghunath ji ke hirday mein pragat ho gaya. And while he was taking all of this, Shri Ram standing behind a tree, he looked at Sutikshan. He was already standing behind the tree trying to understand the level of devotion this devotee had for him. And Shri Ramchandra ji, Tulsidas ji tells us, Atishay Prem ko dekhkar. Shri Ram saw the intense love, the devotion this devotee had for him. And Bhagwan Shri Ram, he who dispels all fears, he who ends the cycle of birth and death, the Lord, seeing the love in the heart for Sutikshan, you know what he did? Bhagwan Shri Ram, at that point in time, he revealed himself to Sutikshan. Prior to this, Sutikshan was only seeing the Lord in his mind. Now, he had already realized the Lord. He had already gotten a darshan of the Lord. He had already been liberated in terms of his inner development. Sutikshan now is only acting on the outside, and Sri Ram is performing this Manushya Leela. And therefore, Sri Ram, he revealed himself with his four arms in the heart of the great sage, Sutikshan. My dear devotees, the Lord can be revealed himself in two ways, on the outside and also on the inside. Bhakta Dhruv was a 5-year-old child. He was insulted by his stepmother, and he went into the forest to get the darshan based on what the stepmother had said. You can sit on your father's lap, but you must go to the forest and do penance to Lord Narayan. And then you will get the chance to come back in your next life where I will be your mother. Then you will sit on your father's lap. And this young child at 5 years old, you know what he did? The mother told him, the Lord is in the forest, go and pray to him. And one day you will be able to sit on the universal father's lap. And that child at 5 years old went to the forest, and all he was see was Narayan, 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 chanting the name. He was initiated by Guru Narad, and then he got Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya as his Guru mantra, and he japawed this mantra, and in 6 months' time, this child was in meditation, standing on one leg. He did tapasya, his hands were up in the air, and he was chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and he seen Bhagwan inside. He got the darshan of the Lord inwardly. But then after 6 months, the Lord disappeared from his mind and he became lost. He became unhappy. He kept chanting, but the Lord had disappeared from his mind. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And the Lord disappeared from the mind of this child. You know, what do you think happened? The Lord disappearing from his mind. Frantically, he was searching for the Lord within Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And he kept on chanting, you know, when the Lord disappears from our mind, what happens? When he disappears from the mind, he leaves the inside of us and he comes on the outside. And it's for you now to realize that he is in front of you, standing there, and see him on the outside. But you might not be able to see him with the bow and arrow and a basudi. You might not be able to see him with the pitambar dhoti, the yellow dhoti. You would not be able to see him standing there with 4 arms. You might see him in a different form. But if you are not developed enough spiritually, then how can we all recognize that Lord? First, we have to find him inside. And then when he disappears from the inside of us, he's on the outside. When he disappears from the outside, he's back inside. When he disappears like that, from the outside in the inside, he's always there. Tulsidas Ji, you know what happens? He says Sudikshun was searching for the Lord in his mind. The Lord disappeared. And Sudikshun Muni ke darshan aakar, he eventually opened his eyes, devotees, and lo and behold, Bhagavan was standing in front of him. The same Lord he was questioning, the same Lord he was doubting, the same Lord he thought I would never come to him. The Lord was standing in front of him. Sudikshun dropped to the ground. His heart melted. He didn't know how to react. What should he do? He lost consciousness on himself. He fainted because the Lord from his heart was now standing in front of him. And the best part was, he realized that the Lord was in front of him. Sudikshun, he opened his eyes. He realized that the Lord was standing in front of him, and he didn't know how to react. He didn't know how to function. Sudikshun was overwhelmed with joy. He felt a degree of peace and tranquility within. The Lord of the world was now standing in human form before Sudikshun. My dear devotees, Sudikshun at this point had reached his spiritual goal. When you and I, when we set our goals in life and we reach that goal, we feel a sense of joy, we feel a sense of accomplishment, a sense of peace and happiness. Sudikshun was now able to achieve his material and spiritual goal. His material goal was Koi Mange Kanchan Sekaya Koi Mange Raha Prabhu Se Maya. I do not want any gold, my Lord. I don't want any silver. I do not want any material things. All I want is you, my Lord. I want to be comfortable in you, and I want you to be comfortable in me. जिनके हृदय श्री राम बसे उन और का नाम लियो जिनके हृदय श्री राम जिनके हृदय श्री राम बसे उन और का नाम लियो जिनके हृदय श्री राम कोई मांगे कंचन से गाया कोई मांगे रामा प्रभु से माया कोई मांगे कंचन से गाया कोई मांगे रामा प्रभु से माया कोई पूज करे कोई दान करे दान करो सदाचार करे जिन कन्याधन को ज्ञान दियो जिन कन्याधन को ज्ञान दियो और कमान दियो जिन हृदय श्री राम बसे और का नाम लियो जिन हृदय श्री राम कोई घर में बैठा नमन करे कोई हरि मंदिर में भजन करे कोई घर में बैठा नमन करे कोई हरि मंदिर में भजन करे कोई गंगा जमुना स्नान करे कोई काशी जाके ध्यान करे जिन माता पिता की सेवा की जिन माता पिता की सेवा की उन तीरथ स्नान कियो जिन हृदय श्री राम बसे उन और का नाम लियो जिन हृदय श्री राम जिन हृदय श्री राम जिन हृदय श्री राम श्याम रामचंद्र की जय my dear devotees. The bhajan is telling us कोई घर में बैठा नमन करे कोई हरि मंदिर में भजन करे. That some people will sit in their home and pray. Some may go to the mandir and sing your praises. कोई गंगा यमुना स्नान करे कोई काशी जाके ध्यान दे. Some will go to the Ganga, some will go to the Yamuna and have a holy bath. Devotees, some जिन माता पिता की सेवा की उन तीर्थ स्नान कियो न कियो. Some will serve the mother and father, and that is also spirituality. All these fall into the category of spirituality. But remember one thing: when the heart is pure, the Lord will be in front of you, and we will know that the Lord is in front of us. Right now, as we are, the Lord may be in front of us, but many of us, we do not have or do not know that He is there. The Lord is within us, Jinike Hriday Shri Ram. And you see, the spiritual goal to feel that accomplishment in life. You see, Bhagwan, I feel accomplished to see positivity around us. What is the benefit? What is the benefit of you having money in your pocket? And wherever you go, you can buy as you like. You will feel that sense of comfort because you have money in your pocket. Devotees, if we genuinely have the Lord in our heart, and we are not only saying it, we think it, we experience it, man kram or vachan, then our life would be in a straight line. And when our life is in a straight line, there's nothing that we cannot achieve in our life. Therefore, today we are celebrating the life of someone, the late Dr. Roopnarine. And we are reminding our own self where we have come from. We are reminding ourselves whatever goals he would have set off. He set his goals in life. He would have worked towards them. He might have achieved most of them, if not all. In life, there will be happiness. There will be sorrow. There will be loss. There will be gain. There will be night. There will be day. This is what life is all about. And you know what is important? All of us, we are able to go through life and go through the corridors of life, keeping in your heart positivity. Once you have accomplished that, you will attain a height of spirituality, not religious. It is good to be religious, but it's better to be spiritual. Religion will take us to the temple, to the mosque, to the church. Religion will take you to the Ganga Tirat. Religion will take you to Mecca. Religion will take you to Jerusalem. But spirituality, when you go Kartik Day and you bathe in the water, whichever part of the world you are in, spirituality will bring the Ganga towards you. Religion will make you go to India. Spirituality will make you see every drop of water as Ganga. Ganga Yamuna Snan Kare. And every time you drink water, you will be drinking from the Ganga. You will open up a spiritual world for yourself. And this is, my dear friends, a blessings to each and every one of us. So whether you're looking at yourself, whether it's your birthday, whether it's your anniversary, whatever it is, celebrate your life. And Bhagwan is always there, whether he is inside or outside. I'm offering that prasad to you every day. Religion is when you offer prasad to God, when you do puja. Spirituality is when you offer your food to God every time you sit to have meals. And that's a big difference. Spirituality is when Sutikchan, he got the darshan of the Lord, which is called Mumukshutvam, which means a burning desire to be liberated, but not only in a spiritual way, in a material way as well. I want to be liberated from the negativities that would affect my mind. And time and again, I want to be liberated from this. And devotee Sutikchan, although he questioned himself that he was not qualified for the darshan of the Lord showed him his love was so pure because of his man, kram, or vachan. These three things go hand in hand. And anytime you're working towards your goals in life, make sure that you are seeing the goals in your mind. Make sure you are talking about the goals and you want to achieve it with your lips. Make sure your actions are taking you towards that direction of that goal. Whatever it might be, you will achieve it materially or spiritually. So Sri Ramchandraji, coming there and standing before his devotee, he was able to be so blessed, he was so pure that his sincerity hid him, it hid him away, and that might be the same requirement that a person must have in order to have success in life. Devotees, all of us, today, when we go through the corridors of life, every day in our life, having that spirituality is a different from our everyday life. The requirements are the same, and that's why Tulsidas says that Sutikchan, having gotten the darshan of the Lord, Bhagwan Sri Ram, trying to lift him, he was on the ground, he won't get up. Sri Ramchandra ji ka muni ko anek prakar Say the guy, Parant tu muni na jagi. And if he was like unconscious, the Lord was trying to wake him up, but he was so pure, he didn't want to lose the darshan of the Lord. Devotees at that time, Sudikshan, when he would not get up, the Lord decided to do something. Tulsi Rajji said, the sages were so lost, the sage was so lost, the Lord standing in front of him, he was totally amazed. He was in a trance. Sri Ram realized that he had become overwhelmed, and in order to keep him calm or awaken him or to lift him, devotees, Bhagwan Sri Ram, what he did, he simply withdrew himself and his form and the book Roop Taba Ram Dhruva Hriday Chaturbhuj Roop Dekhkar, the Lord reappeared in the mind of Sutikshan with the Shank Chakra Gada Padma, the four arms, the Pitambala Dhoti, the beautiful golden crown. And there, having given him that darshan, Sutiksha was happy. He had now gotten form that he wanted to see, the Chaturbhuj form. Sutikshan, extremely overjoyed, seeing the Lord, seeing Prabhu Sri Ram, the abode of bliss, Sita Devi, Bhaya Lakshman, that great and blessed sage, once again, dropped to the feet of Prabhu Sri Ram, drawn with love, and Sri Ram now, taking him into his long arms, raised him with utmost affection, clasped him to his chest, and while embracing him, the Lord shone like a tree of gold as the sage gazed at Sri Ram's feet. He stood motionless, like a figure painted in a picture. Sudikshan had now found courage in himself, and bowing at the Lord's feet again and again, he took hermitage, where he paid reverence to the divine Lord in many different ways. Syavara Ramachandra ki Jai, Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai. This will bring me to the end of my discourse this afternoon. Having that bhakti, and that great bhakti, my dear friends, it was with what will take us through in this journey of life. And therefore, for every one of us, continuing to climb that ladder of spirituality is very important. And working hand in hand with your material goals is your spiritual goals. We cannot wait until we grow older in life. Time to sit down, we can't. Time to get up, we can't. It becomes difficult. Concentration will become difficult. Therefore, while we are working on the material goals in life, put your spiritual goals intact and work towards them as well. I will ask Kevin to do one bhajan for us. I will do one after, and we'll come to our goals.
Shri Radhe Govinda, मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है. श्री राधे गोविंदा, मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है. गोपाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है, गोपाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है. गोपाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है, गोपाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है. राधे गोविंदा, मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है. राधे गोविंदा, मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है. मोर मुकुट सिर गल बनमाला, केसर तिल जलकाए, केसर तिल जलकाए. मोर मुकुट सिर गल बनमाला, केसर तिल जलकाए, केसर तिल जलकाए. वृंदावन की कुंज में सबको नाच नचाए, वो सबको नाच नचाए. श्री राधे गोविंदा, मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है. यमुना किनारे देन चढ़ावे, माधव मन तुम्हारी, माधव मन तुम्हारी. यमुना किनारे देन चढ़ावे, माधव मन तुम्हारी, माधव मन तुम्हारी. अतुल मुरलिया जभी बजावे, हरले सुर सारी, हरले सुर सारी. श्री राधे गोविंदा, मन भजले हरि का प्यारा गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है हमारा हरि का प्यारा नाम है नंदलाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है
तू है एक तू आनंद तेरी आरी नहीं अंत तू है एक तू आनंद तेरे आरे नहीं अंत गाते साधु और संत गाते साधु और संत सीताराम सीताराम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
ओम श्री राम जय जय राम
बोलो राधे श्याम
बोलो राधे श्याम
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम
राधे श्याम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
राधे श्याम
तूने सागरे समान तेरा नाम निगाह
तू ही सागर सामान तेरा नाम है महान
जिसने लिए तेरा नाम
जिसने लिया तेरा नाम
उसके भाले सारे काम
उसके भाले सारे काम
ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम
बोलो राधे श्याम बोलो राधे श्याम
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम
राधे श्याम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
राधे श्याम
तू ही शंकर तू ही श्याम तू ही विष्णु तू ही राम
तू ही शंकर तू ही श्याम तू ही विष्णु तू ही राम
तू ही शंकर तू ही श्याम तू ही विष्णु तू ही राम
तू ही शंकर तू ही श्याम तू ही विष्णु तू ही राम
कितना प्यारा तेरा नाम
कितना प्यारा तेरा नाम
चलो गाते सुबह शाम
चलो गाते सुबह शाम
ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम
बोलो राधे श्याम
बोलो राधे श्याम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम बोलो श्याम बोलो श्याम बोलो श्याम बोलो श्याम तू है एक तू आनंद तू यारी नहीं अंत
तू है एक तू आनंद तेरा आदि नहीं है
गाते साधु और संत
गाते साधु और संत
सीताराम सीताराम
सीताराम सीताराम
ओम श्री राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम
बोलो राधे श्याम बोलो राधे श्याम
जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम जय जय राम बोलो श्याम
राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
Ramachandra ki Jai. We join our hands together in closing. We thank our Divine Lord and Master for having this opportunity this afternoon to come and join with each and every one of you in satsang, in devotion, and remembering that beautiful soul of the late Dr. Roopnarine Singh. Wherever that soul may be at this point, Prabhu, today we ask of you that may your divine light be upon him as he makes his journey back to you. Mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktihinam janarjanam yat pujatam maya deva इतना तू कर न स्वामी
जब प्राण तन से निकले
गोविंद नाम लेकर
जब प्राण तन से निकले
श्री गंगा जी का तट हो
यमुना तट
निकट हो और सावरा निकट हो
जब प्राण तन से निकले
श्री वृंदावन का तल हो विष्णु चरण का जल हो तुलसी में हो कदल हो
जब प्राण तन से निकले
इतना तू कर न स्वामी
जब प्राण तन से निकले
त्वमेव माता
पिता त्वमेव
त्वमेव बन्धुः
जसका
त्वमेव विद्या
द्रव्यं
त्वमेव सर्वं
मम देव देव
सर्वं
मम देव देव
ॐ शान्ति
शान्ति
शान्ति We remember the soul of the departed one, that wherever he may be, may the divine light and energy of the Lord Brahma Vishnu be upon him again and again. वृंदावन में हरि लाल की कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय विष्णु भगवान की जय सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय जय श्री राम Shukramasthu, Pranamastu, blessings to each and everyone. Thank you all again for having us. Myself and my younger brother Kevin. I'm sure that refreshments have been prepared, so please stay and partake. To those who are on live stream, you all can go to your refrigerator and you can get something to eat right after we have closed. Jai Sitaram.
Okay, so we want to say thanks to Pandit Rajesh Maharaj for being here with us again for a second time, for another night of devotion. As we go through 10 nights, this is number 6. Tomorrow we have Pandit Abhidanand as we continue our nightly satsang. So thanks for everybody for coming, and to everybody listening and commenting and sending their love. We say thanks, and tuning again tomorrow, same time.